So today we have the lovely Rose and Jade from Fallen Stars
Hi.
with their amazing backdrops. And you are all releasing a wonderful new record this Friday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Execution, tell me all about it. I want to know about the themes, the inspiration, and how it might differ from your previous material.
One of the big things with this album is we wanted to make a record that really showed off who we could be and how people can perceive us. The last record we did showed us like in our polished nature of what our tracks are. And this time we wanted to take it even further and make it a bigger than life record. We added strings, we have special instruments, we had different recording techniques. We spent months on vocals, making sure everything's right. We did some rewrites. We recorded things, went back, listened to it. We're like, let's make this even better, change things up. And we really worked hard on making it an experience that you can listen to if it was on vinyl from front to back.
Mm.
And to me, we left a lot of breathing room. It's not a rushed album, song. We have an instrumental in the middle. We have like a Iron Maiden esque instrumental after that as well. We have a song with almost a minute and a half intro with a 3-minute outro. So we left a lot of room to people to enjoy the actual music and to enjoy being a part of the record rather than here's a bunch of songs in a row that we numbered 1 to 7. And then I'll let Rose get into what 8. I'll let Rose deal with what lyrically she came up with. And
yeah. Well, one of the things that I love about this album is that it's kind of the final trilogy of these records that we've been putting out. We had Trials beforehand, which was our Live Off the Floor EP, which was just like raw and just so much fun to do, but definitely just a very raw piece of material. And then we had Judgment. And that one was, as Jade said, where we polished things a bit more. And I found lyrically in our first, in Trials, Jade and I had collaborated a lot on the lyrics that we were writing. So in Run and Trial by Fire, we had talked back and forth a lot about different themes, different things that we were interested in at that point in time. And I'd been writing a lot about, or reading a lot about the Salem witch hunt and the witch trials and the history behind witches and society. And I wanted to write a song from the perspective of a woman being accused of being a witch, be it she was one or not. I don't really get into that, but it's just kind of that feeling of being accused of something that you may or may not be, and having to essentially stand trial for that. And then that sort of led into our Judgment album, where it was a lot of lyrics focused on just facing your inner demons, your whatever it is you're going through. And I found Execution is the album that we're releasing on Friday. Is it's darker, it's a little bit heavier. We dive into a lot of really current topics when it comes to self-harm and drug abuse. There's songs about violence in relationships and just a lot of really heavy topics that mean a lot to me personally. And I think it's definitely one of our best sonic experiences, as Jade was talking about, front to back. It just, every song flows into each other so nicely and tells a story.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Yeah. Even watching the trailer for it, I feel so emotionally attached to it immediately, and you can tell that there's a lot that goes into it. So thank you for that, and thank you both for sharing all of that. And I am excited in terms of how people are going to take away different parts of it, or which is a good segue to my next question, which is what do you hope or think people might take away from this record?
To me, and what we've been hearing so far from Germany, from England, from things like that, are people are actually receiving the message, and it's really inspiring that people are watching the videos, that are listening to, because we have the video out now. We've had the single Trial by Fire being spread a little bit, and people are not only just enjoying it as music, but people are coming back to us with questions and with thoughts and with, being like, is this really about blah blah blah? And
Yeah, their
it's
interpretations.
yeah, and it's it really means that it takes it from just being a song that you hit play to being something that you feel.
That's lovely. That's really amazing. Have you had anybody reach out to you in a way that was pretty powerful? Sounds like you have.
Yeah, there's definitely been a few individuals. There's this fellow in Belgium who reached out as soon as he heard Trial by Fire, and it fell in love with our music. He's been commenting on all of our posts, reaching out to me just personally, talking lots, and it's so cool to just connect with people and be able to have conversations and make friends.
Totally. I love that. So
We've
you
been
are both really friendly and lovely, charismatic people. And
Oh,
I
shucks.
think that the metal and hard rock scene gets like a bit of a bad rep, maybe, for not being that inclusive. And I know that you're also a band that identifies as LGBTQ and you're female fronted. So do you feel like the hard rock and metal scene is inclusive to all people or some people, or what has been your experience with that?
So I will speak for the local scene
Mhm.
and touch upon what I've seen in the worldwide scene. The local scene has been, I think, one of the most supportive scenes I've ever been a part of. They
Mhm.
were um, the people who backed me when I came out as a trans woman. They were the first people to call me by the name that I requested, that I am called now, and they still are the most respectful people about it. People I don't even know see me at the jam spot or passing the street, and they're like, "Oh, you're Jade from Fallen Stars," or support the scene, um, and they make the effort to do the pronouns, to treat me with respect, even if I'm just totally in a t-shirt and jeans, looking shaggy as heck. And
Mhm.
I can't thank them enough. It's given me a huge morale boost, and it's one of the funnest communities, I think, is playing for a metal crowd at Pub 340 or the Astoria, and having all of a sudden, if you just say, "Hey, let's mosh," everyone will just go for it. It's such a amazing feeling to play a song to a crowd, and then the next chorus, they're singing along with you, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Even for myself, as I identify as a pansexual woman, even though I'm in a heterosexual relationship. Um, Something that I've noticed in the metal community, at least in Vancouver and BC, is that nobody questions. Nobody's like, "Oh no, you're not truly pansexual or truly bisexual because you're dating somebody straight." And it's so great to just have that level of acceptance. And also, being a woman in metal and in music, everybody says it's a man's world, but honestly, it isn't. It's for everybody. And what I find in the Vancouver scene is being a woman in metal is no different than being a man in metal. Everybody's very accepting. It's not putting a showcase and like a spotlight on, "You're a woman, so you should be praised simply because you're a woman doing metal." I think that's a little silly. um, Honestly, like if they're putting their hard work and their effort into it, obviously they should be praised. However, when it comes to gender identity, it's to each their own. Everybody has their own identity, and that doesn't take away from the music that they make. And I think it's a beautiful community here in Vancouver where everybody is just really accepting and loving and friendly.
That's great. That makes me very happy to hear. Thank you for sharing that. It seems like there's a lot of friendship in your band. Did you all meet in the music scene?
We did. Jade actually kind of brought us all together. We'd been working together for 10 years, or 10 years now, but at the time we started the band 6-7 years. And we were talking about who we would want to work with. And Jade started reaching out to different members of bands that she'd liked over the years, asking them if they would want to be a part of our project. Kind of, come to the dark side. We have cookies. Yeah, join us. And we had actually all met one another for the first time. Like Jade and I had known everybody individually for a couple of years or a couple months, depending on who we're talking about. And the other members hadn't met each other yet. So we'd gotten together at a photo shoot with Shimon Carmel. And that was the first time we'd all been together in the same room.
And could you tell right away, was there this vibrancy that it was clear that this was—
You can just look at those photos and see that we are a gang ready to take over the world.
amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
That's really great, because that goes a long way, right? Chemistry is so important. And I think part of what makes your music so emotional, like I said, is that there's a lot of energy that goes into it. And you can feel that in the music. So let's talk about this live stream on Friday. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Me too.
It's the closest we're getting to, I guess, a party in a long time. So that's awesome. So tell me about what to expect and what fans can enjoy and who else is playing.
So one thing that we really try is involving as many people that are watching, as well as the bands that are playing, just like you would when you come to a show and you can come and you can see the bands as they're sitting down. You can go up and say, hey, I'm really excited for your set, and things like, and then afterwards you can come up and be like, your set was awesome, sick set, bro, and then buy some merch and things like that.
Yeah.
And we really want to keep that experience, because that's what I really love about it, as well as playing music. But we have a program that we use that we're able to involve the other bands that can come on and they can chat with us and they can hang out. We can have some fun, do some challenges. Who knows?
Interacting with the comments and
stuff. To interact with the comments. We really can just have as much fun as we want with it. And we are trying to be as relaxed as possible. We're not here to have the red carpet experience. We are here to have a good old fun time CD release party.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna dress up. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
It's definitely a fun, casual party time. Yes, wonderful. So I know that you are always busy recording new material, and I know you also love to perform. So now that we can sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel, what is next for Fallen Stars after the release and this live stream? Are you planning on playing and touring as much as possible?
I'll let Rose talk a bit about some of the stuff that we have in the store as well, but I will touch upon the fact that we have a live stream festival for Trans UK radio station at the start of next month. We have a festival in Brazil that we're playing at the end of the month,
virtually.
As well as we just booked our first festival date in Alberta. So we'll be heading out to the Flatlands one day next year, and we really are already booking shows. We have a lineup ready to go the minute we can nail down a promoter and a venue, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And I can't wait to play these tunes live. But we have even more in store, and I'll let Rose talk a little bit about.
Awesome.
Yeah, the one event that I'm really excited to play coming up this summer. It's an online virtual weekend experience. It's the Rock and Roll Pride event that
I even forgot about that.
Jade started. Yeah, I know. I was like, why are you leaving that one out? But yeah, Rock and Roll Pride is an online event this year. Normally it's in person. However, obviously with COVID, things are still opening up. So it's going to be this online live stream party event for Pride. And I guess I could let Jade explain it a little bit more as she created the festival.
Yeah, it's great. We have some amazing queer artists. We worked really hard with Nicole from Rain City Artists and Men to really help find the best of the representations that we can. And we are currently filming the bands, so we're filming all their sets. So it's a professional sound. You're not getting any iPhone recordings here. It's amazing. It's going to be great. Every artist is amazingly talented. I've enjoyed every one of their sets so far. So the audience is in for a super treat. It's $15 per day or $20 for both. And ticket link is up. You can check it out on Facebook. But also, we have new recordings.
Yes, we've got, well, before I get to the recordings, we're planning on a couple of music videos off of our Execution album. So not only will we have Vicious Cycle, we're aiming for another 3, possibly 4 music videos off of the Execution album. And I'll kind of keep which songs those are a secret for now. And besides that, there's lots of new cover song material coming out. I know Jade and Edison have been working really hard on some really fun songs. I'm
What
hearing
does the
rumors of,
fox say?
yeah, what does the fox say? I think there's a duck song in there somewhere.
The videos
what,
that have recently been released are absolutely stunning as well. You
thank
have to
you.
back for that. So I'm really excited to see what else is created because you're just
Yes. Yeah. And then after all of that, we're already wrapping up our next album. There's just a few more vocal lines that need to be recorded, and then it's off to mixing and mastering. And that's going to be, I think, a 3 or 4 song EP. And we're also working on an acoustic album.
So do you ever sleep or how does this?
No.
It's funny because you don't know we work together and I do get your emails in the middle of the night, which just goes to show that you do all this work during the day and then you work on this during the night, which I think is amazing and does not
Thank
go
you.
unnoticed. So that's incredible. I love that. And I love that you're just constantly releasing new material. And I love that it's all different kinds of material. It's just amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we love being versatile and eclectic.
Yeah, and you clearly just have a passion for what you do. I mean, you can't do this without that passion, right? So it's just like
absolutely
with material.
Exactly. It's both, our hobbies and our jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. So there's lots on the horizon for you all, and congratulations on this new record. I cannot wait for people to hear it. It's so beautiful and powerful. And I think there's something in there for everybody. And I think that it's medicinal. A lot of the themes are difficult, but you managed to execute them in such a great way.
Thank you. I like the pun.
You picked up on that. Thank you for taking the time, and I can't wait for Friday. And again, congrats on everything. And thank you for all that you do in this world.
Oh, thank you so much.